What's up everyone, welcome back to another video about The Division. Boomslangg here, and as you all know, The Division has been out for several weeks now, and with that, a lot of people have been making suggestions, and Massive has noticed this, so much so that they have compiled a list of some of the most suggested things in order to eliminate anyone in the future from suggesting things and continuing to just ask for the same things over and over and over. Natchai from the Massive Community Manager team made a post on the official Ubisoft forums highlighting everything that the community has mentioned, and I wanted to read this list off to you guys because if any of this stuff gets put into the game, it's gonna be pretty awesome. I'm really excited about the things that have been suggested and the fact that the developer has taken note of all of these things and that they're listening to the community, and these things, like I said, could possibly be implemented. Now, as a disclaimer, this stuff is not confirmed for the game, so we don't know if any of this stuff is going to be implemented, and if so, when it is going to be implemented. It's just stuff that they've taken note of. First off, we have the aim toggle for the ADS, which is being able to toggle aiming down the sight with your sniper rifles or with guns that have scopes on them. A lot of people have been asking for this feature. I think it would be pretty cool. I know it's frustrating when you have to aim down your sight and then click with your button or however you do it on PC. I don't play it on PC, so I'm not sure. The next one is facial accessories, to be able to hide these. I think that's a good option. I think what they need to do is implement the next thing, which is glasses to act as a cosmetic item. Now, maybe facial accessories, like they're talking about piercings, face paint, things of that nature. That could be one of those things that they're talking about. I'm not sure exactly, but I definitely think glasses need to act as a cosmetic item. And if that's the case, that would be cool, because then they could throw in some more glasses down the future for us to collect. Next thing is the speech loop in the base of operations. If you've ever crafted a weapon, then you have become very acquainted with the big crying guy who sits next to the crafting bench and just cries the entire time you're crafting. It's not that big of a deal, but it can get kind of annoying if you're sitting around crafting for a long time. You kind of get on your nerves. The next thing is exiting the game when kicked because of maintenance. Currently, there is no option to exit. I haven't experienced this personally because I haven't been playing when the maintenance is going on, but I could see how this could be frustrating. The next thing is to be able to craft multiple items at the same time, particularly materials. Yes, please. This definitely needs to be an option. I've actually considered making a video on just how to fast craft. And if you're curious, all you do is you hold down X or A or whatever button it is on PC. You just hold the button down and then tap B or circle if it's on PlayStation. You tap it as fast as possible, and since you're holding A, you'll just craft the next item. That's the quickest way to craft things in bulk at this moment. Now, if we had a bulk option, that'd be perfect. So I really hope that this gets implemented. Next one is more character customization. Yes, I think we need a lot more character customization. Things are a little weak right now. There are not that many options. It'd be really good to see them improve that. The next is let players rebind Alt key on PC. Like I said, I don't play on PC, so I don't know what the issue is with this. Guessing that this is a pretty significant thing though. Those of you on PC, I'm sure you'll be like screaming at your screen, yes, yes, please put this in the game. I'm PlayStation and Xbox, so I don't really know. The next one is a really big thing though that I hope they definitely put in is clan support. They mentioned clans a long time ago, but never said anything more about them later on. I have been in discussions with some of the members of the developer team talking about clan support, so I'm hoping that they are working on implementing something of that nature, whether it be web-based or in-game. I really hope it's in-game. There's so many things that they could do with this. I don't even know where to begin to start talking about it. Definitely hope to see some sort of clan support. Next thing is a voice indicator. Indicator when you're using your own voice. You know, when you're playing in a squad and you're using the in-game voice, then you can see other players' voices when they're talking next to their name. So people want to be able to see when they're talking, which I think that's kind of a good idea. That way you can tell when your mic isn't muted and things like that. Next one is battle stats. Stats are always a good thing, in my opinion. You can go in, you can see how many kills you're getting, how you're doing, where you need to improve, and it's just, you know, you can look at things and see, hey, I want to get more cleaner kills, or I want to get more LMB grenadier kills, you know, just random things like that. The next one is really important and definitely needs to be added very soon, and it's being able to compare weapons without mods on. Currently, whenever you're comparing guns to each other, almost always these guns have mods on them. So if you really want to get the best comparison, you have to go into each gun and remove every single mod and then compare the guns at their base stats, or else you're not going to get a very accurate comparison. This is essential when you're trying to max out your character's build, especially with your weapons. The next thing requested is mission scaling. Now, this has been a huge issue for me whenever I try to play with newer players coming in, so much so that I had to actually create a new player in order to play with other people. I don't know how they would do it exactly. All I know is that it really needs to be addressed, and there needs to be some way where higher level people can play with lower level people without it being completely unbalanced. Next up is being able to lock items for deconstructing and selling. Now, Destiny got this right after several updates, being able to lock your weapons, because a lot of people were accidentally dismantling some of their, Gallon horns and all this other stuff. And I know a lot of people have accidentally dismantled some high ends or something in their inventory in the Division by trying to bulk sell or bulk deconstruct all these items, and then they accidentally selected one of the ones they didn't want to deconstruct, and it's gone forever. So this is something that would really be handy when it's implemented. The next one is more filter possibilities. Not exactly sure what more filter possibilities could be. Maybe it's more gas mask filters or something like that. If someone knows, let me know in the comments. But I really don't know what more filter possibilities are. Next one is fast travel to Brooklyn. I would love this. I love Brooklyn. It's the very first area that we saw in the Division in 2013 E3 gameplay. There's a lot of cool stuff there. It's a really cool area just to walk around and explore and see Brooklyn Bridge leading into New York and things like that. Next one is inspect other players' gear. I don't understand why this wasn't put in the game from the very beginning. This is something that needs to be there for when you're grouping up with other players and you don't want to have to sit there and ask every single one of them, hey, what's your stats? What's your gear loadout? You can go and just look at each individual one. Maybe you can do it from your menu and you don't even have to walk up to another player. You can just inspect it from the group management menu. Next one is weapon skins to function as cosmetic items. Please, Massive, make this happen. I don't want to have to equip all of my weapon camos because they're counting as inventory. It takes up space in my inventory. That doesn't make any sense. If they could transition these into a cosmetic item, that would be so much better. And another thing that can relate to weapon skins is the buyback option at a vendor. So say you sell something to a vendor, or you sell a camo, or you sell anything, you would have the option to be able to buy it back. Say if you accidentally sold something, kind of like when we're talking about locking your items, accidentally deconstructing or selling, then this would be one way that you could at least have an option of getting it back. The next one is preview cosmetic items in the dark zone, or have them not count toward dark zone inventory. Again, every single one of these things would be a really good addition to this game, so I hope that they really listen and start to add some of these things in. The next one is the option to save outfits, such as your cosmetic outfits. Little Big Planet has a feature sort of like this, where you can take a picture of your outfit, whatever it is that you have equipped on your character, and you can save it. So this would kind of be similar to that, where you would put on something that you really like, you like the look and everything, and you can save that so you don't have to go back and individually select every single item. Next one is to preview cosmetic items. I don't know why this isn't in the game already. I hope that they pay attention to this and add this one. It'd be pretty simple to do. You would just be able to look and see what it's going to look like before you buy a cosmetic item. The next one is a competitive team versus team mode. This is for a whole nother video, but I think it would be interesting to see a actual competitive player versus player mode, different from the Dark Zone. The next one will be random world events to give love to lower level areas after end game. For example, random world bosses in low level areas. So this would give people a reason to go back into the world after they hit the max level. Next one is a sound indicator when the group is found with matchmaking. Next is an option for class setups, such as loadouts. So that way you can basically save whatever loadout you like, and then you can equip that in the heat of a battle and not have to worry about switching your gear in and out individually. And next, make civilians drop weapon skins. That way we wouldn't have to buy them from the supply line. I think it would be kind of cool. I'd like to see them implement a lot more weapon skins, and then, actually have civilians drop some more like they did in the beta. Another thing with weapon skins, they want to have weapon skins be used on multiple weapons, or it's been requested that weapon skins could be used on multiple weapons, so it's not just one single use. That way you're not having to buy 3 weapon skins in case you want to put it on all 3 equipable weapon slots. Next one is vote kick for match-made groups instead of leader's discretion. The next one is hoodies with the hoods up. Personally, I think this would be a really cool feature. Pretty much almost every single jacket in the Division has a hood, so So I think it would be cool that we could put these hoods on. Depending on your headgear, I think you would have to have it restricted. Like obviously if you're wearing a helmet, you wouldn't be able to put your hood up. And finally, the last one is half-face masks such as bandanas and balaclavas. There's a lot of requests for these cosmetic items, and I think that's just because they're a really big hit in this game. Now, all of this stuff is an enormous list of things that they're paying attention to. This is stuff that they have been made aware of, so it's not like this is just some random list. So hopefully this gives us an idea of what to expect in the future updates, and mostly it's just a really good indicator that they're paying attention to their community and that they want to give us things that we request. So yeah. As you all know, I did a AMA last week for my 10,000 subscribers. This Monday, I will be putting up the answers to that video, and I will be announcing the special announcement that I hinted at last week too. And I think I might just throw a little bit of a hint in here for you guys to kind of get an idea of what it's going to be. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thumbs up if you did, subscribe for more of the Division content, and hopefully we see some of these things in the upcoming updates. And as always, remember, don't trust anyone in the Dark Zone.